going to do a real quick review on this genuine leather black ESV Pastor's Bible. Let's flip this around. This is a really nice black box. Let's get right down to it. Here's the ISBN number, and the retail is $79.99, which you guys can get this cheaper, of course, just doing a little research. There's the Crossway, ESV.org, and I like to do this where you guys can pause and take a look at some of the features that's in this thing. It's got 40 excerpts, 9-point type, 2 ribbon markers, 2 daily Bible reading plans, and cross references, lifetime guarantee. Very cool. This is a nice pastor's Bible. I wanted this thing because it's Thomas Nelson has their minister's Bible, and Crossway produces what's called the pastor's Bible. I kind of like how they do the spine here. It's just a smooth spine. It's just kind of rounded. It's not real squared. It's smooth, really sleek and nice looking. Crossway ESV Pastor's Bible in the English Standard Version. It's got your genuine leather and your ISBN here. 2 ribbon markers. It's got the gold gilding. It does not have perimeter stitching, but it's stamped really well. Very nice. It's very soft. It's not too soft, which I like. See, it'll flop a little. Like the more you hold it, the more it falls down. I like that. It's not overly soft, but it's kind of stiff too, which is perfect. It is a paste down lining that you can see, but it's really thick. It's very well done. It's got the paste down. You see how it's like really tightly grooved down in here? Whenever they do that, it makes the paste down lining very strong. It's very, 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 very strong. See, I can push down on it like that and just flips this front page back. So it's made very nice. It's not something that's going to come apart on you. It's going to last a long time. A lot of people like their edge lined and stuff. I'm actually a fan of paste down Bibles. To me, over time, a lot of them get just as soft and plush as any, and if you take care of it, they'll last a long time. So you open it up, and you got some blank pages here, which is really nice. It's actually kind of got a sheen to it, which is very nice, and be good for writing. Then you've got a presentation page. You got some marriages and birth, adoption, let's see, deaths, and then you've got your title page, and then you've got the copyright page here for the ESV and the the Pastor's Bible. It is printed in China. Here are the contents, of course. This is some of your. Let me get it where you guys can pause. Let's go up here. I'll scan down real slow in case you guys want to pause and take a look here. Alright, now let's flip over one more. I wanted to show you this. I actually put my ribbon here so you can see. It's got the New Testament. You go to the New Testament. These right here are articles that are in the back of this Bible. And you've got like an article on the evangelist. And it's kind of like to the evangelist. It's really cool. It's got some information, neat stuff. It's got an article to the worship leader, Sunday worship, singing and music, public prayers. And it's got an article to the shepherd, which would be the pastor. And these are really cool. It just kind of gives you pointers like to weddings and funerals and pastoral counseling, hospital visitation. It gives you the do's and don'ts, which I actually really like. I actually was reading it earlier. And I like some of the do's and don'ts in the hospital visitation, the pastoral care and stuff. It was really neat. Then it's got these features throughout the Bible, and they're little articles from prominent ministers, pastors, stuff that are really good, like teach, really cool. I've got one marked off. I believe it's the necessity of holiness. Then you've got the introduction to the ESV Pastor's Bible. Let me see if I can get that where you guys can pause here. And then I'll kind of fixate it here in case you want to look. All right, let's thumb through here a little bit. This is kind of cool. You got the disciplines of a godly pastor, discipline of purity, relationships, mind, devotion, giving, church. So work, tongue. It's all really, really neat because it's encouraging to the pastor. It's not just one that's resourceful for the pastor. It's got encouraging things to the pastor to help you. I really like how they done that. Let's see. Let's open it up here. And there's the Bible, the Bible's use in preaching and public worship. So it gives you pointers and why the Bible is great for preaching and public worship. Then you've got a 4-part reading plan, and it's very in-depth. Look at that. It's very, very, very in-depth. Not just your basic, we're going to throw a reading plan in here. Crossway done a good job with this. I mean, it's really in-depth as to what you do. It's multiple pages. And then it's got just a small, this is what I call thrown together sequel plan. But it's just a sequel plan. So it's really nice, really well done by Crossway. It's basically the Bible in a year. And then you got the preface to the ESV. To those of you that don't know, that may see my videos, most of you guys know about the ESV. It's a great translation. It holds close to the King James in very, very great ways. I like the English Standard Version. It's one of my top translations. It's just a great tool. Here's the features, the cross references, section headings, textual footnotes, cross reference footnotes. It just tells you the features of the Bible, and then you get right into the Bible. You got the Old Testament, and you go to Genesis. Now this 9-point font is actually quite readable. This Bible is not line matched. As you can see, it's not line matched, and it does have some ghosting, as you can probably see here. It's got ghosting. Actually, I think it is line matched here. Let's see. No, you can see, maybe you can see on a different page. But anyway, it does have some ghosting. However, this print is kind of bold, and you can read it very well, considering the fact that it is not line matched. You can see here it's not. And it's a 9-point font, which is very good. Another thing they did is they took the references and put them down here at the end. And I think Crossway does this in other Bibles, and I like that. I'm a fan of this because most of my Bibles, and most of you guys know, I give high praise to Bibles that don't even have these cross references. So anyway, with that being said, let's just kind of thumb through here, and you guys can see it's all a very well laid out. It does have your section headings, which I'm a big fan of section headings too. I love that because in expository preaching, most of the time I will go from like section heading to section heading. I try to do that. I try my best to do that, especially like this. I'd probably like preach this like little section or whatever. But anyway, it's very, very, very well laid out. I love the layout. It's very readable, as you can see. Just a nice Bible. It lays flat. It does a good job laying flat. Even back here, I mean, it lays quite nicely flat. It is sewn. The spine here is sewn, very well sewn. Actually, I was checking it out earlier, and it's like these signatures are in there. Nice. I mean, it's really nice the way they done that. So here's your. Let's see. Let me flip on through here a little bit so you guys can see just what we got here. There's the Psalms. Nice layout, of course. Just a very nice Bible. Oh, another thing. I don't know the exact dimensions, but this Bible's not that big. I compared it to the Thomas Nelson Minister's Bible, and it's a slightly taller, just slightly taller. And very slightly wider. However, it's a little bit thinner. So that's a nice feature. A lot of people like that because they like where they can slide it in their briefcase and stuff. This would make a great Bible. Look at this. This is nice. let me flip back here to this where I've got this so you can see what the articles are like. This is the one that I marked off. Now, in this article, you're going to be able to tell the ghosting. And it's definitely showable on these little articles. However, there you go. That's really focused there. The necessity of holiness. Very good article. I like it. I'm a believer in we should live holy lives. I like this, how they added stuff like this in here. Very good job, Crossway. A+. Now, you're going to say, man, that's not really as readable. Well, it's not. The font on this is smaller and it's not as bold. If you'll compare it, let's see, let me get it like this. If you'll compare it to, see that and that, the text is a lot better, which is good, which is great, because this is what you're going to do most of your reading out of anyways, the text. These are just things that kind of help you. And that's one of the little articles that was in it that I wanted to just take you and show you how they do it. They don't take up a lot of room, and there's not a whole lot of articles through here. See, I mean, if you flip through the Bible, through this Bible, you're not going to see like tons and tons and tons of articles in here. It's just going to be, random here and there. It is not red letter. It's all black letter. I know some people like red, some people like black. To me, it doesn't necessarily really matter. But anyway, I love how they break the section headings up, and it's just very well done, you guys. And for a pastor, this is the perfect Bible for a pastor. Now, let me back up, because I know you guys want to see the articles or the helps, the pastoral helps here. And I'll get it where you can pause on this and kind of see what's in it. I'm not going to go through these. You can see what they are. I will tell you that they have, most of them, they have more than one. Like communion, they have one that's more of a real communion, and then they have one that's more of just like just the quick, shorter communion. So they have multiple of these in there, like more than one wedding service, more than one funeral service. They give you options. So it's very nice the way they done it. And they have, the creeds, the Christian creeds, which I really think is cool. You got the Apostles' Creed, the Nicene Creed, scriptural creeds, which is really neat. And all this is in between the Old and New Testament. So if you're standing you're doing a ceremony, you're holding your Bible, it's going to lay open. It's not going to be at the front or the back where you're having issues with it. It's even got baby dedication. It's got infant baptism, because some people believe in that stuff. And I like how Crossway kind of puts it out there where, let's make it universal. Believers' baptism, just great resources in this Bible. So let's go on back here to the back so I can show you what's in the back real quick. There's another one of them articles, Redeem the Time. Like I said, there's like 40 of these in here, 40 or 40 plus it says. So there's not too many. It's not like you're going to run into it it's not like a study Bible where you're like, oh man, see, they're not just going to pop up everywhere. So it's still a good Bible for sitting back and reading. There's another one, Prayer for the Sick. Let me go back here to the back real quick, so I can end this video and just show you real quick. There's the evangelist. Here's them articles I was telling you about. So once you get done with Revelation, you've got the resources. There's not a concordance and stuff like that in here. Some people may think it's a big deal. Some people don't. I don't. It don't bother me. I don't normally use that stuff anyway in my Bible. And I don't use maps either. So, and then you got back here and you've got some blank pages. You've got like 4 blank pages right after the resources that you could write in. So anyway, it's very nice for pastors. The ESV Pastor's Bible by Crossway. Great Bible, great translation. And for those of you that know, Crossway is indeed a great company. So I appreciate you.